Thank you.
The Trump administration is preparing what environmental experts are calling one of the most sweeping regulatory rollbacks in modern history. The president plans to revoke the EPA's legal authority to regulate carbon emissions on Thursday. If it's withdrawn, it could upend decades of U.S. climate policy. CBS News national environmental correspondent David Schechter joins us now. David, we're talking about something called endangerment finding. Why does that matter?
It's a kind of a bulky term, but it actually is incredible significance when it comes to environmental regulation. It basically says that it finds that the emissions from our tailpipes and stuff that create carbon dioxide, that is a pollutant, and that pollutant can be regulated by the United States government. So it is the underpinning of all the federal policy as it relates to trying to get a handle on climate change. And by revoking that, or essentially not enforcing that rule anymore, that would mean that things like our tailpipe emissions that come out of our vehicles, that the government is very involved in regulating, all of a sudden they wouldn't regulate that anymore. That is up to 20% of our carbon emissions in this country comes from that source, which the Trump administration says we're no longer going to regulate.
Why is he doing this?
I think that you hear in the Trump administration obviously a very strong a strong desire to deregulate, that regulations are onerous on businesses, cost them a lot of money, and therefore cost consumers a lot of money. We did hear today from Caroline Lovett, his press secretary, that he's going to announce this on Thursday, and it sounds like it's also being framed in the affordability sort of argument that we're hearing from the White House, that by doing this, they're saying they will save consumers a lot of money on the cost of a new car and other things. That is deeply contested, that in fact, the more we release carbon dioxide, the more costs we incur from fires and droughts and floods and things like that.
What are environmental advocates saying about this expected rollback?
I heard today from the Union of Concerned Scientists, they said that this is a chainsaw taken to science-based policy, saying that it's done at the behest of the polluters, the oil companies, and these advocates, these nonprofits that are in the environmental space are just lining up to sue the Trump administration when this announcement is made. So you can expect that that lawsuit could go on for a long time. But the question is, will the administration just start to not enforce these rules right away, regardless of what the lawsuits say?
David Schechter, thank you.